Hello, greetings. This is Gillesmansillon. I thought I'd come and say hello, wish you a good day. For today I'm receiving amazing information from my spirit. For spirit sends always clues to discover about our future, and sometimes it is mysterious. But we have to pay attention to the sign, pay attention to our dreams, our intuition, the synchronicity. For what the world needs is love. When I talk about love, it's not just sentimental love and sex. In France, when we talk about love, we automatically go to sex, but it's far more than that. Love is the very essence of life. It is the very source, and the more we cultivate kindness and compassion and goodness, and we are able to communicate that energy around the world, or around us, is we are dissolving the suffering and the isolation and the fear. For love is the anti-fear, for fear is the anti-love, and it is so love is the greatest protection. Just know the love of your soul protects you. I was talking about chloroquine, which is something that's being taken very seriously around the world. In France, there is big money that's like preventing it from being implemented, but it will come. And I wanted to say, if you don't take that independently, you have to only in hospitals or when you see if somebody's sick or and under health professional supervision, and don't self-medicate. Also, also, I didn't mean to criticize any government or anyone for that instance, because everybody's doing the best they can given the information they have and their level of consciousness. That being said, there are some people that have agendas, they have hidden motives, and those will come up to the forefront for people who will react. Some people will react in many different ways when those hidden agendas come up. But when you get into an enlightened state, you have no more agenda. Your only agenda is to find self-fulfillment and to serve God. How do you serve God? You serve life around you. You do good to life, all of life around you. For you cannot think you're serving God by hurting the world around you. Of course, you're not doing that. But I was talking yesterday about how in France it's really people are grabbing food like it's the end of the world, and in America they was showing like lines of people that are collecting guns to protect their toilet paper in case their neighbors will want to share the toilet paper. But it's very a minority. I've lived 20 years in America. I have many friends in America. They're kind and intelligent people. Americans are very evolved spiritual country and spiritual culture, and so it is a very small minority of people, of course, and there is really nothing to fear. For fear is really the enemy of change. It frees. So love will dissolve the fear, and for it is good to be like a great philosopher named Democritus, who was the man who laughed. He laughed about all things, and he was like very. So he took life very lightly. For humanity has fallen in love with the debt slavery systems, and that is really what we need to change. We have to accept that. It's like for many people in the world are becoming coming to the realization that life may go on. We may reincarnate and so this understanding of eternal life, this choice to choose to believe that there is eternal life, is a very important choice to have that belief For now, there is this great shaking up of the world with Saturn, Jupiter, and Mars in Capricorn, and Saturn is going back and forth from Aquarius into Capricorn. So it's about becoming mature, and then all the old patriarchy, the machism that's been plaguing our society to bring balance into the feminine and to have this balanced energies is being restored. We're going to restore this world into the perfection, the perfect Garden of Eden that it was created when men separated good from evil through the critical mind and the judgment. Men wanted to play with darkness, he fall into it, and we lost the state of grace. So as we let go of the critical mind, the judgment, for we can discern, to be clear about the ins and outs of things, but not to be in judgment, and this is really when we fall from grace. For we can manipulate the mind. For the mind is being manipulated. All the philosophers been talking about that. We can go to Plato with the Gorgias or the Protagoras, or George Orwell, or even Immanuel Kant or Spinoza. For maybe not as much as the 17th and 18th century, but But the mind can be very easily manipulated, but we can not manipulate the heart. The heart is more powerful. So listen to your heart. Your heart, remove all fear from your heart and be only love. Remind yourself, you are love, you are light, you are who you are. And this light, this love is like an eternal flame that burns inside of you. You want to cultivate this eternal flame that is the soul. Emotions do not come from the heart. Emotions come from the root and manifest in the belly on the earth plane. So it's about being also very anchored and to allow the transmutation of those fears. You are co-creator with the infinite one. When make God your best friend and know God is your best friend. And this is really, in truth, is our only friend, for God is all, and He works through all. But we have this inner connection we want to cultivate. For we cannot ask for change and refuse to change ourselves. And Gandhi was talking about that. For Earth and humanity are being protected. Otherwise, we wouldn't be in this situation. For believe who can believe. But this virus was created as a military weapon to kill millions, hundreds of millions of people. But it's unfortunate that there are thousands of people and that's creating this crisis. But it was necessary to become a catalyst for change. For the world is crumbling. Every systems of the world are crumbling. But we're going to be we're going to resurrect ourselves. For fear is a poison for the soul. Fear is the enemy of love. And so do not give in to fear. For there's those two powers at work, the powers of light and the powers of darkness. They're fighting each other. It's been going on a long time, but the light has won. And this fight is above the human consciousness on the fourth dimensional level. But all of this is being solved and resolved. For there is no need to want. The more we let go of the need to want, the faster things will flow into our life. You want to bless the obstacle, bless the wounds, bless the people that are creating obstacles. For their soul, they are created by the soul to create growth. And the less we oppose those forces, the faster they will be transmuted. For when we put our attention into an opposing force, we make the obstacle bigger. When we bless the obstacle, it becomes smaller. My mother sent me a card one day, a long time ago, it was a picture of a road with little gravel. And the card says, the little gravel that we see behind us were the mountains that were facing us. When we see a mountain in front of us, that's an obstacle. Once we pass the obstacle, it's just a gravel back on the road. So it's about being understanding also nationalism will eventually dissipate. We're going to become solidary. So we develop this solidarity. We're gonna become connected to all those culture, and every culture has something very special to bring to the global consciousness. And we're all brothers and sisters here, even in on the higher planes. Everybody on the higher planes, everybody knows they are children of God, and they know we are too, but we are the only ones that have forgotten that. So we want to connect through love. It is important. And but the more we develop this kindness and compassion, the more we can alleviate suffering, and we can use the power of our thoughts to act. For we are confined, so there is really no choice. So we want to continue to do that. And to exercise a little bit, to drink clear water, to take some sun each and every day, to rest, and to continue to cultivate this inner connection. I'm going to pull a few cards. The highest wisdom today is nothing is better than home. So it's like we're getting ready to come home. To come home, we are home. Once we realize that it's not a physical thing, it is about being in an acceptance that we're already in the fifth dimension, and to let all the things that prevent us from feeling this well-being to pass through. And then the more we accept that, the more it will. For the Spirit sent me so many information this morning about wonderful things that are coming ahead for me. What is we need to understand is the roads that are crossing. For there is it is a place where choices will need to be made. We'll choose a certain road. What we need to do is a new life. It's preparing for a brand new life. The cycle has ended. A new cycle is beginning. And the outcome is the treasure island, is the gift. It's so many wonderful things will emerge of that situation that cannot be seen at this time. So it's about having the faith, continue to cultivate the love, reassure people that everything will be fine. Still continue we have to continue this quarantine for now, and but do it. The more you can do it joyfully, the better it will go. So. The paintings behind me, this is a little study. It says "Make love great again," and it says "I am grateful for my abundance." Those are just a little study, and this is a cosmic painting with stars. I'm going to sing a little song. It's a condense. I'm trying to condense my messages because of my internet access right now. It's just a song. I think it was, my memory was Elvis Costello who sang it, but I'm not really sure. And it goes like this: what the world needs now is love, sweet love. That's the only thing that they're just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. It's a short song, and the card of the day is the card of completion, this wonderful card of completion, the castle, the angel, the love, everything's there. It says, after the effort, the recomfort, you are harvesting the fruits of your work. Get rid of situations that are oppressing you. So it's all very clear. Huh? We just got to be patient to allow to become in a receptive state, and things we will remove the resistance, and things will flow into our life. We're moving into a new octave of consciousness, and so we want to accept that. And to continue to broadcast this love and life into the world in every way we can. I thank you very much. Wish you a wonderful day. Namaste.